What have we got here? Let's see. Looks like a little puzzle. Looks pretty easy. Let's try putting it together. I wonder what it is. There. Okay, it looks pretty good. Looks like somebody I used to know. I think his name was Mr. Egg Roll. Sounds good. Okay, we're going to cut our little guy here out of a piece of scrap MDF. This is ½ inch, I believe. And we're going to put him down here, but before we do that, we're going to put some tape on this board. We want to put the tape here, of course, because we want to have a place to put the pattern down. So let's put this tape on here first. Okay, we've got our tape here set up nicely. Now I'm going to put some glue stick on the back of this. Okay, I've glued up the back of the pattern now, and we'll put that down on the board. In this case, MDF, of course, not board, but close enough. And now we're all ready to start cutting over at the scroll saw. Okay, we've got a sample piece of MDF here of the same size we're going to cut the puzzle out. And we want to make it so that the pieces will either fit through the top or the bottom, but not both ways. So, the sample cut on the top, we're going to cut counterclockwise 3 degrees to the left, and that will make it so that the piece will only drop in from the top, not the bottom. Now the bottom piece here that we have in the sample board is going to be cut clockwise instead of counterclockwise, 3 degrees left, the same, but it will fit only through the bottom of the puzzle, not the top. Okay, so we're going to cut these out and see if this works okay. Alright, the table on the Excalibur is set by the rack and pinion system on the bottom. So when you move it to the right, it turns, it pushes the arm to the left. And we've got it set right here where the red block is. We've got it set so it's 3 degrees to the left. Okay, the arm is tilted 3 degrees to the left. And that's where we're going to do our sample cuts and our actual pattern cut too. Okay? Okay, we've got these sample ones marked, sample cutouts marked off. The top one is going to be cut in a counterclockwise fashion. It's already 3 degrees to the left. and this will fit into the top of the puzzle only. Okay, so we're going to try cutting that out first. I think I'll just, instead of using the entry holes, we'll just cut it out and see how it looks. Okay, so if we are to cut, let me take this out of here first. Alright, if we cut it out in this fashion, it should only enter through the top. Let's see if that works. If I put it in like that, it does. Let me bring this down a little bit. Okay, it drops in through the top, but it doesn't come out the bottom, and therefore it won't enter through the bottom either. You can't get it to fit up in there. So if we cut at this angle, we're going to end up with a top piece, so to speak. Let's cut the other one out and we'll see if that works. That one should only enter through the bottom. Now, what we have to do is the same degree, but this time we're going to cut in a counterclockwise fashion. Okay, now if we take this out, so I'm going to remove the blade. Alright, we cut this one out now. This one was a clockwise 3 degrees left, and it should only go through the bottom, and it falls out the bottom nicely, and it will not go in the top. So this is exactly what we're looking for. We're going to have two different types of entries, top and bottom. Alright, so let's go mark off the actual puzzle we're going to use to see how this is going to work. Okay, I've marked off the puzzle to indicate the tricky pieces. This one we're going to cut at CCW. It's going to only enter through the top. This one will only enter through the bottom. It's a CW cut. This one will enter through the top only. This one will enter through the top only. And this one will enter through the bottom. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces that we're going to have oddball. The rest of these pieces will cut normally at a 90-degree angle, and they would fit together as any other puzzle. But the others are going to have to be fitted in properly. The eyes, of course, if you decide to use the eyes, should be cut out. They're just plain openings. No problem there. Okay, so let's start cutting this thing up. The first piece we're going to cut is the one up in the corner here, this hair piece with his eye, and that's going to be cut in a counterclockwise fashion so that it will only fit through the top of the puzzle. So let's start cutting. We don't even have to make an entry hole here. This one was cut at a counterclockwise fashion, 3 degrees, and it'll only fit in the top. We'll test these out later. Okay, the next one we'll do is up at the top here. This is clockwise, 3 degrees again, and this one will only fit through the bottom. Let's put this blade through there. I put an entry hole there so I won't have to waste time cutting through the board. There we go. Okay, we're all set. Now we've got to go counterclockwise with this one. I'm sorry, clockwise with this one. Which means we're going to go up and around this way. The one that's on top there, and we got one more here. This will fit in through the top. No, this will only fit in through the bottom. Okay, and this one will go on normal. Okay, we got our Mr. Egg Roll. You can make this as a stand-up puzzle, or you can make it as a lay-down puzzle, whichever way you prefer. Seems to work pretty good either way. Let me just bring this up here for you. There it is. Okay, it's a little bit different way of doing a puzzle. Make it a little more tricky, a little more interesting, and you'll want to play around with this, of course. You can experiment. You can make more pieces, top or bottom, or maybe just bottom, and make it regular pieces for the rest of them. It's up to you. You experiment, and might make an interesting piece. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this, and if you did, click the little like button down below, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you might want to think about doing that too. Thank you for watching.